What is this? And it's not even King of the... What is this map, man? This is ridiculous. We wanted to do tiny hideout, and here we are. Okay, can we appreciate how the awning of Teal's TC goes through Red's gate? Oh my god, what in the name of... Okay, well, in the Teal, we have Ian playing as the Burgundians, and Ian has the garrison inside the town center, I think, to hop over there. In the gray, we have Masuderman. Masuderman's playing as the Indians. In the yellow, we have Snooby, who's playing as the Cumans. In the blue, we have Uli, who's playing as the Celts. Oh, you guys can't see the minimap here. I got you. This might work for that. I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. In the orange, we have Strode, who's playing as the Persians. In the purple, we have Bike and Soul, who's playing as the Malay. In the green, we have Iramo playing as the Teutons. And then in the red... Oh god, can Red not get to his sheep? Red... Okay, so what Red would have to do is garrison inside of the TC and then try and ungarrison on this side? I don't know if Red can access his sheep right now. Wait, no, wait. Green... Oh, that was nice. Green deleted the walls. Oh, that was nice. That was so wholesome. Okay. So the big thing here is that we select... It was supposed to be King of the Hill. But freaking Masuderman, who I rigged into his spot to be my trustworthy host, didn't select King of the Hill. So now this is just... I guess it's a game of expanding. And I noticed these golds up here. Clearly the map generation... Like... I think what happens is the more players there are in a map, the more gold piles they want to put out, but there's not enough space because it's on tiny. And honestly, you guys are calling it. We might actually run out of wood eventually. Because you share the wood in the middle, but then elsewhere, there's not too much out there. So this is going to be a very weird game. But yeah, we voted on a map to do, to play as tiny, and here we are. And my goodness, is this crazy. Chat, let me real quick just go into my settings and remove tooltips so that doesn't bother you guys. What a weird game. So, I guess depending on what the walls end up doing for yourself, you're going to be in a good or poor position. Like, Gray, for example, is just about to bring in his third boar. He's got his third boar over here. That means that one of the boars he's already taken has probably belonged to someone else. I would hate to be in Yellow's position because he's got to go back and forth here, and he also doesn't have gold. The berries are also really close to where Gray's TC is. This is not diplomacy, so everyone is enemy to each other. There's not going to be much friendship here, I imagine. I guess you could use the starting scout to attack stuff. Oh, man, I am not envious. I'm actually going to change the scroll speed as well. Whoops, that's not it. Game, scroll speed. We'll go to 35, just so I'm not moving around quite as fast here. Oh, God, Red. Poor Lumberjack is having a really rough time over here. The first unit to go down in the game, and I just happen to be looking here. Lumberjack at 9 villagers. I meant to pick Magyard, though. Magyards can be a pretty cool civilization. IT90, don't worry, I have arrived. I was worried earlier, but now I'm not worried any longer. Someone said orange is going to win. So let's talk about that. This now becomes a relatively normal, quote-unquote, normal game. It's no longer diplomacy. So, Snooby... He's played in quite a few community games. Strode has played in quite a few community games. Masuderman and Ian. Those are the other two that are experienced. Masuderman, he's been around a long time. I think that maybe Strode is a little bit more suited towards the wacky community game style settings, even though Masuderman is experienced. But we're going to edit that out so Masuderman doesn't hear me say that later on, because we wouldn't want that. So Strode is probably, and I hate to say this out loud, it bothers me so much to admit this, because he's going to clip this and be like, oh, T90 said I'm good. I think Strode's the favorite of all the players. And it brings me great pain to have to admit that. But I think Strode, I mean, credit to the guy, he's like 1,600 1v1s or something along those lines. He's got solid skill level, and he also has that community game experience. What is... Clearly, he's a beast. What the... Like, the whole time, I'm watching this and I'm thinking, why is Strode not garrison to shoot Purple's scout? And then I was thinking, Purple, you're really ballsy to keep sending your scout in there. Strode's going to shoot you down. And then Strode just lost his scout. So, of course, you know, I say all these good things about Strode. And then that happens. But Vill-wise, he's at 23 right now. So he does have the lead. And I imagine it's got to be all about it getting out of here. Like, branching out to the outer ring. Oh, it blue scouts this, though. Like, imagine if he figures out all that gold is over there. That's insane, man. 3, 6, 9... 12, 15 tiles of gold. And poor yellow, I think, needs to hop into the TC and then garrison to the left. Some part of me wants to play this to experience it, but then the sane part of me realizes how ridiculous this is. Let's talk about civs. Persians, elephants, eco, paladins. It's not bad. I wouldn't say it's the best free-for-all civ, but it's certainly not the worst. Celts, I think Celts could be sick. Just halberdier rams can push most civilizations with Celts, and they also have great eco. Indians a little bit more questionable, but I love their cav archer, hands cannons, and then Imperial camel options. I'm trying to click yellow's TC. Cumans. Ooh, Cumans. Maybe some kip checks? Maybe yellow will even be tempted to go for a second TC. That'd be pretty sick, actually, because he could just run out here and drop a TC. Kind of like how Masuderman broke out. Oh, that's funny. Go for Feudal Age Rams with Cumans and just make everyone's life hell. Yeah, that would be a good time. We got Teutons over here. Teutons, notoriously good post-imp civ. Magyars, also really good paladins, cav archers. Honestly, all these civs sound reasonable. I was going to say except Malay, but Malay's a tricky one because while their post-imp options aren't super strong, they can survive with only two-handed swordsmen costing food, and there are rare situations where Malay end up being OP. And then Ian, someone said it's Ian Italians. Oh, he's Burgundians. Ian is Burgundians, and they recently nerfed Burgundians. In fact, last night they nerfed Burgundians and their unique unit. Did they make any other changes to Burgundians? I think it was just the unique unit, right? So I don't know. This is the first time I've ever seen Burgundians in a community game. What was the nerf? I thought they nerfed the Costelier. But I could be wrong. I think they nerfed the Costelier. They changed the charge from 45 to 35. Did they make other changes? You guys tell me, because this is really dangerous. I'm a part of the conversations with these civilizations, and sometimes I talk about things that haven't happened yet. And that can get me into trouble. Okay, reduce charge damage from plus 35 to plus 25. No longer deals double damage against units with the archer armor class. Okay, so they basically fixed the unit. I mean, it's still weird, but they made some adjustments where it was needed. And wow, look at that, Snoopy with a little trick there. Takes the boar, and then also will have 2 TCs in Feudal Age. Okay, here's Ian's scout. Ian's scout is about to die. What do I hear? What is attacking? You hear that? Sounds like a villager attacking a wall, but I couldn't see it. There's too many things to look at right now. Got a stable and a blacksmith over here for lumberjack, so it looks like an eventual fast castle. That was a scout hitting a wall. Gotcha. I like how these boars are just safe. Because red would have to delete his wall. This is so weird. Red would have to delete his walls for green to take the boars. Look at red's lumberjack trying to walk over here to chop this tree. And whoa, what is this? Tower rushing. So green is dropping a tower. And he's tried to go for this fancy little gate here. He's next to purple. Bike and Soul is not going to be very happy about this. And that's actually added an archer. Quick gate shenanigans over here. I guess purple towered Strode. And because purple towered Strode, he can make a defensive tower here. Yeah, purple's not going to be loving life in a second. Purple does not have loom. So that's something purple should prioritize. And also going up to Castle Age could be huge. So Strode first to Castle Age. And Strode making the second TC. And I think he's gone for the right moves here. Just get out of the middle for now. and expand. And while he could make enemies and probably kill a few people, he's just going to boom. And that's completely fine. Ian's going to click up to Castle Age in a moment based on those resources. I think Masuderman should as well. Yeah, he's definitely used the market a bit. He's going to click up to Castle Age too. Snooby has 40 villagers. So he's been booming on 2 TCs and Feudal with Kumans, which that's unique to them. And then Uli is on the way to Castle and actually has enough stone for a Castle. What if he Castle drops the middle area? Could be a completely different approach, whereas Strode is just going to expand. Kind of depends on how you want to approach it, I guess. Yeah. I think Bike and Soul, perhaps a little bit nervous right now. We're seeing some crazy things go down. I think it was whoever's playing is green or red. Their Twitch names are a little different, but someone had said they're really nervous before the game started, and that's kind of lost on me nowadays because I'm used to casting in front of so many people. But type a 1 in chat if you've ever played and you're just nervous out of your mind. I could see getting some jitters and being worried.
Yeah.
Some people are like, no, I'm never nervous. I'm never nervous. Ranting Sorrow said playing is hell? Wow, that's a big exaggeration. I don't think you needed to go that extreme. Tell me how you really feel about playing in my community games. Eldry, thanks for gifting Mars the sub. Mars received a year's worth of subs. Kappa. Congrats on the year, Mars. Eldry, you kind and handsome man. A castle drop's coming, and that is right next to Strode. I don't like the position of the castle because only so many villagers can build it on this side. I guess they can loop around. And Strode's got the build lead now, 52 villagers. But what happens when he loses access to this area? I mean, that TC is eventually just going to go down. There's been a few people who've been poking the bear, right? You had purple Tower Rush Strode. Now you have a castle drop from blue. And Strode's just like, peace. I'm out of here. Elsewhere, it looks like Red's actually made some scouts and stayed in Feudal. And he has bloodlines too? What in the... Hey, you got bloodlines? So he wants to make some enemies.
I want my first online game to be your community games, but I don't know how to get into them. I love your work, thank you. And sorry, $5 is all I can donate for now.
Neb, you want your first game to be a community game? Meanwhile, there are other people who are like train online for over a year before they even enter a community game. Neb, first off, thank you for the dono. Unfortunately, green is kind of trapped in here. Green is really trapped in here, and also purple's and Castle Age to the right of him. Unfortunately, I can't really take requests for people to get into community games because there's so many people who want in. But if you don't know how the system works, is anyone's able to enter, and right before the game starts, I just say type play in chat, and then people who are subbed to the stream get 4 times the extra entries. So in your case, if you're not already subbed on Twitch, you can either sub for free because you have Amazon Prime and use Twitch Prime, or your mom is Amazon Prime or something, or you could just use your next $5 to sub. That's how it works. Like 7 out of the 8 people here were subbed on Twitch, so it does help, but then also, you know, you don't necessarily have to be. Strode 63 villagers, but Snoopy with 54. And what if purple... It kind of looked like he was going to drop a castle here. No, I don't think so. Who knows what the plans are. Oh, wow. What the... What are we witnessing here? Wait a second. Green with the fanciest towers ever. He's placing a tower, building a tower, sorry. And there's scouts attacking the palisade and also the tower foundation. Kind of looks like the tower's going to go up. Green's going to have a rough time here. You also have elephants and knights attacking from this side. No! I mean, I did say if you're going to enter this one that this is going to be brutal and potentially embarrassing. Green. Maybe it was a mistake to make purple angry.
Yeah.
What's funny is red is also going to lose villagers to these knights and elephants. This just goes right into red's wood line. Which is not going to make red happy. So I think green and red are kind of taking each other out of the game right now. Whoa! We got a castle from Snoopy. And then we have a castle from Masuderman. And Snoopy is going to be way ahead in the castle. He does also have Bodkin Arrow. What are you doing? Build it. So I think that he will range a lot of these villagers. Masuderman should be able to complete his castle, and Snoopy's just made a siege workshop, so I think we're going to see some siege here as well. You click away there, Masuderman. That might not go up. Well, he has enough vills to finish it eventually, but at 98%. Oh, no. Good thing Indian villagers are cheap. He just needs to send a few, and he'll end up finishing that. But the funny thing is you see this castle, and this castle protects this area, right? But it also, it threatens gray, and it will threaten teal as well. It's right next to all that, so castle drops are just insane in this. Strode, though, is done a good job, as I've been saying, to expand, and he's got some crazy eco. He's just booming away. 81 villagers, by far the most. And meanwhile, update on green. Green decides it's time to bring in a boar. And I suppose, well, let's look at green. Green's got 9 villagers, and red has 16. So honestly, this is really bad for both of these poor players. I feel like these guys are a bit on the newer side, and they just happen to be next to each other. So at this point, it's just who's going to win between these two. So little 1v1 going on there. Camels here from Masuderman. And he has a petard inside that castle. He really wants to take this out, but that's not going to happen. Snoopy has kip checks with Bodkin. I think Masuderman needs to take the approach of Strode and just try and expand elsewhere. But how easy is that going to be when Ian now has a castle here? And there's a castle over here for Snoopy. Yeah, Masuderman's in a really tough spot right now. Meanwhile, Strode, what on earth is this? He's got 26 villagers just wandering around the map. He's got to be careful. Oh, he got castle dropped. That's why. So he got castle dropped, and some of the players have scouted that there's some gold up here, but they don't realize how many gold are there. So he's just going to drop a new TC on stone. Meanwhile, over here, he's getting attacked by elephants. I mean, I hope no one watching is claustrophobic, because you're going to get some secondhand claustrophobia here. This is a pretty wacky game, and I guess Snoopy's in the lead? Because he has military and he has castles positioned nicely, but imagine if someone goes imp and just starts trebbing everything. But red, I think now that he's in castle, needs to get TCs up down here in the south. You just got to expand as soon as possible, but I can barely follow this one myself. I think the way that Uli has played this has made this really interesting because he's been pressuring Strode a bit. If nothing else, he's just dropping castles on Strode, which has set Strode back. And then Masuderman and... Masuderman's doing the same to Snoopy. But Masuderman's at 38 villagers, and Snoopy is at 65 with kip checks. And again, that might not last too long as he has a castle from blue over here. Is Ian silently like one of the leading players right now? He's only at 62 vills, but he's not being attacked, and he's making Costiliers. I mean, if he were to be aggressive against red, and sorry to say this about you, Lumberjack, he could take so much space. Hey, T90, make the Hidden Cup 4 names all of the best low elo legends. What, so you want someone to be... You want me to tell a pro player that their name has to be Noob McPoop-Poop? That sounds like a great idea. Nah, it would be a fun show match idea, but having it be hero names is the way to go. Some people said we should do Marvel names as well. Well, I guess it'd be Robo telling them, but I don't really have any choice on who gets what, because then it would spoil it for me. That was a great Mangonel shot a moment ago on yellow. The first person to be an imp will be Snoopy. Get sued by Marvel? They would never. What do you think, a big company is trigger happy when it comes to lawsuits? Please. They wouldn't have an issue with that. Can we have a Lahair? Well, we did already in Hidden Cup 3. It's kind of a rough situation, right? Because there were so many good hero names in Hidden Cup 2 and Hidden Cup 3. And so we're going to shoot to use heroes that have not been used before. But with that, you know, there are some heroes that are less recognizable, but it's kind of just how it works. We don't want to repeat them. We're not, at this point, I'm 90% against repeating some. But it might get to the point where we maybe include like 2 or 3 names to return from previous ones. But I've looked through the names, and we're working on the list behind the scenes, and it seems like we've got some pretty solid options. T90, because of the last donation, we can't see Strode's Vil/military count. Yeah, sorry about that. He's at 102 Vils. Unfortunately, we made this scene for casting with Capture Age, and we removed the scene for casting without Capture Age. So this looks wacky in different ways. So I can only apologize and say that we'll deal with that at some point. But yeah, Strode's he's got 102 Vils, and he has done a good job in expanding. He's still in Castle Age, though, so he's gotta push. And maybe this is it. He's gonna drop a castle here, because he is making knights as well. And elephants on this side. He has access to the north. That's where a lot of that gold was placed. Speaking of gold, has Masuderman been able to mine any gold? I feel really bad for Masuderman. Then again, I mean, credit where credit is due. Snoopy has just played really good. So he has Trebs and Kipchecks, and he's going to Treb Blue while he Trebs Masuderman, and maybe even Trebs Strode. Hey, T90, will the new civs be in Hidden Cup 4? Yes, they will. Yes, they will. I'm curious to see what happens in the qualifier, especially. The qualifier is where you're going to get to see a bit of what does and what does not work, especially with the new civs, right? And truthfully, the way I see it is, I think we'll see Burgundians and Sicilians in Hidden Cup 4, and maybe in the qualifiers as well. And no, you villagers! But I don't foresee Sicilians and Burgundians being top tier picks that are picked by everyone if they can get them, you know? Masuderman could take gold in the corner. Let's see what Masuderman's able to see. Well, isn't that just great? I mean, he is mining some gold, but he could really use that. Strode is kind of kicked it up a notch here. He's pressuring purple. He's also on the way to Imp. But I say he's kicked it up a notch as he is... Oh, that's his Imp TC! Bro, you have... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 5 town centers, and he decided to go Imp in the TC that is next to enemy trebuchets. I suppose he just didn't notice because he's doing so much right now. But that's the worst of the 5. I'm wondering if Yellow's Treb will take that. Oh, yeah, he's going to lose his MTC. So you do get the resources back, but then all that time's been wasted. And Snoopy could just straight up kill everyone here. I mean, it honestly looks like he's well on his way to doing that if he can just commit. It is a Persian TC, so it lasts a little bit longer, but that's going to go down here in a sec. And the thing about that is Strode probably doesn't realize, so he's going to see his resources. And he's going to think, wow, I have a lot of resources. Let's make more knights. But usually when I lose my MTC, not that that happens a lot, I just... Oh, okay, he realized. Never mind. Strode is more observant than me, confirmed. Alright, well, at least he realized right away. Purple's certainly being a thorn in his side, but Purple's got a lot of thorns on his own side. Blue and green... Red is getting wrecked by Costeliers right now. The new Costelier after the nerf. And the inn is on the way to Imperial with 90 villagers. And like we said before, kind of untouched. Has not been attacked by Masuderman. Has not been attacked by Snoopy yet. Yo, Tyler, thanks for watching the stream. Good luck at work. Tell your boss I said hello. The only bad thing about Hidden Cup is there will be no player interviews pre/post game. Well, yeah, of course, right? That wouldn't really make sense. Like, we don't know who this person is, by the way. Let's interview the winner. It wouldn't really work. There will, of course, be... This year, we're going to have the players come in on the final day. And we have some plans for that, but... we'll have them use voice changers. No, I think we can do without a few interviews. Like, what if we randomly interview one person and just ask them random things? Like let's say Doubt versus Yo happens, and then we interview a random player, and then we end up interviewing like MBL or something. So MBL, how'd you think that game went? You know, that would be a little bit too confusing. Do the players know who everyone is? No, the players do not know. That's what makes it great. So basically, we have accounts that we name, and then when the tournament begins, the Robo sends them the login for the account, and Robo says, when can you play this week? And then Robo talks to the opponent and says, when can you play this week? And then basically comes back to both of them and says, you're playing at this time on this day, show up and play. So they go into it not knowing who they're up against. So you can't, like, you know, there's certain players you might want to prepare for their styles and expect various things. You just don't know. You find out when you're in the middle of the game if you're up against Swang or something, so. Yeah, I think the writing has been on the wall for a while. But I think Masuderman is going to be dead here in a second. What the? Did Strode just use elephants to take out freaking... Okay, that's classy. He just used war elephants to take out trebuchets. He is an imp, but I don't know if he has the eco to continue to make elephants. So he continues to do so. And Kip checks. I'm just gonna... Kip wreck? Okay, that was bad. Yeah, they're just gonna destroy everything. And as I said before, I think Teal could really do a lot in this game if he were to take out... If he were to be a bully, essentially, and take out red and green. I always... It's a social dilemma. I always have a struggle with that. Like, you have to win, so you have to be aggressive, but then I feel bad for the weaklings. I never want to hurt them. And so then I'll let them live, and then they'll just snipe my TC with petards later on. I never learned my lesson. Yeah, is green still in feudal? Green is actually still in feudal. Only 6 on food, which kind of... That's a lot compared to the 14 villagers. Green has 14 villagers, and red is 15. So they really did weaken themselves, as I said earlier. T90, how do you make sure that the players don't give away their hero name to the community or else? So, Hidden Cup 1, players kind of like... So, keep in mind, Hidden Cup 1, it was a $1,000 prize pool. It was not expected to be popular. You know, it was very different. And so, players didn't really say who they were, but they implied and they, like, messaged their buddies and said certain things, right? So, some things were known because of that. And so, when Hidden Cup 2 rolled around, we took a very strict approach on that. And I actually individually spoke to all the players and was, like, explained to them, like, how important it is that they don't speak. But also, there has to be some penalty if that does happen. And so you forfeit half your prize pool if it's, like, even if you give any details. Now, if they want to be super secretive, as Masuderman's going to hide a villager here, the possibility is always there. Like, I don't have their cell phones. I can't see if they text each other. But it did not happen to Hidden Cup 2. It did not happen to Hidden Cup 3. Like I said, the penalty is there where they would forfeit half their prize pool, and considering first place is probably going to be around $20,000, that's a lot of money. Yeah, also, you're right. Being able to see ping in Hidden Cup 1 and Hidden Cup 2 was a factor that people had to bring into it. But guys, MVL thought that Slam was Vivi. I still can't get over that. I'm going to have videos on the funniest moments in Hidden Cup. I'm going to have videos for the craziest games in Hidden Cups. I'm going to have all these types of videos over the next, like, 30-some days. But, like, MVL he was determined. He was like, yeah, it was Vivi, because Slam was talking in all caps. And Slam had ping, which was roughly, like, it was give or take 50 ping around what he might experience from Vivi. I don't know what MBL's ping would have been to, like, the west side of Canada, but I just remember MBL saying that was Vivi, and it was like, nope, that was Slam. Two very different players. Yeah, also I remember Jordan said, I think I know who you... So we didn't know who the player was in Hidden Cup 2, and someone in perfect punctuation, perfect spelling, said, I think I know who you are, exclamation point. And the only player of the 16 that would type it out like that was Jordan. We're like, we put 2 and 2 together because it was, we couldn't really figure out who it was. And no offense to Jordan, the person got 3-0'd as well. So the person was losing 2-0 and said, I think I know who you are. We're like, that's gotta be Jordan, right? Yeah, and then the you know me. Freaking Vivi, dude. Vivi against Viper in the game room after the games. He says in all caps, you know me? And Viper told that story. So anyways, I'm going to have videos of all this stuff for people who weren't around for that and kind of highlight some of the best games and some of the funniest moments as we prep for... I mean, the qualifiers start next week and then main events March 18th. So back to this game, we have 2 players in really good spots, and or maybe 3 players. And everyone else is just in different stages of death and destruction. I mean, Uli is trying to run to the corner. He's going to run into Strode's town centers. He's being chased by elephants. Snooby. Now, this is an important moment because he's kind of running into Ian right now, who's number 3 in the rankings, I suppose. So Snooby's hitting these Costeliers. And I'm actually really curious. I wish the Costeliers were fully upgraded. I wish he had Elite. I feel like he has the resources to get Elite. I want to know what Kipchak versus Costelier would look like since the balance changes. Masudaman doesn't have a TC, but he has 6 pops somewhere, and I have no clue where that is. Oh, some of that's over here. Purple's at 15 pop. You can just look at the populations down here if you want. Lumberjack's at 8. Green is at 28. I mean, he's a beast compared to everyone else. But yeah, does anyone know what the cost is of Elite Costelier? Oh, Flemish Militia! He went for the Flemish Revolution, so he doesn't have any villagers anymore. Probably the wrong time to get the armor upgrade. You got the first armor upgrade, and that's it. And here come the Costeliers. He will lose the castle. And now he's going to create vills again, so he will actually have more villagers. But yeah, with that unique tech, with this new civ, all of your villagers turn into warriors, basically. And it's 1,000 food and 800 gold to get elite. Gotcha. But he's just making more of them, so we're not going to see elite.
See.
But the way Snoopy's playing this is these Kipchaks are just never going to go down, what it feels like. And remember, access to gold is important, but access to wood was the one thing that we had mentioned early. Like, I'm looking at the areas that Strode was chopping wood. A lot of that seems to be gone. I'm not seeing any... Okay, there's a nugget of wood. But I'm not seeing a lot on the outer ring, really. It's mainly this little nugget in the middle, if you could call it that. So I had an idea. What if you're playing King of the Hill and you want to go YOLO? You know how like sometimes people would send their villagers? Salutes in chat for Lumberjack. It was pretty much over for him. This is a very aggressive game. I feel bad hosting these types of games because they can be very brutal, but it also is what makes it fun. Yeah, GG Lumberjack, you gave it your all with crazy settings. But yeah, I would love to see someone go Burgundians in King of the Hill, and then in the last couple seconds go for the Flemish Revolution and send all those warriors to the middle. Remember, this is a tiny map. We are 56 minutes in, but there's very, very little wood remaining. As we maybe expected, this is going to come down between Snoopy and Strode, and Blue is just straight up defeated. I imagine defeated by Strode, I'm not sure, but it has probably happened over in this corner. Strode's got 50 farms, he has Elite War Elephant, he has Siege Rams. I don't think Kipchak, I don't think anything can really defend against Elite War Elephant and Siege Rams. Plus, Strode was able to find this northern corner, and map scripts with DE, I think the way it operates anyways, is it adds gold tiles per player. But we did tiny, so it like smushed all these extra gold piles into random areas. And so Bike and Soul also resigns, gets your salutes ready. A lot of people are going to be out. But yeah, anyways. It's looking good for Strode right now. I'm not sure if Snoopy can do that much more, as Snoopy does not have wood to make any more Kipchaks. Has the upgrades on the Kipchaks. Costeliers have not impressed me at all. And truthfully, Burgundians as a civ, even before they nerfed this unit, they haven't impressed me. I don't think it's the strongest civ in the game. I think, if anything, it's mid-tier at best. And certainly in post-imp, maybe it's good. go Paladin Costelier? I'm not sure, but we know how good these War Elephants can be. We've known about this for years. Kipchek's been out for about a year. And Kipchek has also gone through a series of nerfs since D has come out. Still seems to be firing really freaking fast, but remember, they also only have 8 attacks, so it's not that strong. But the Rams, I mean, there's nothing to stop these Rams and the Trebs and everything from taking out the castles, and Snoopy doesn't have access to wood to make more of these Kipcheks. I'll tell you, when Strode learned not to bank up 30,000 gold, he really became a solid player. Took him a few years. I forget when that happened. I think it was 3 years ago. So it didn't really take him a few years, but it's almost like if you spend your resources, you can just kill. That was a different time, by the way. I'd like to say, like, as a whole in community games, you rarely see people banking on to 30, 40,000 gold anymore, which is probably good. People still really want me to put money on the line for community games, and I have to be quick to remind people that the second you put money attached to community games, people are gonna sit back and wait forever. That was a while ago, Eldry. Yeah, I can see Burgundians being good in late Castle in particular. I agree with you on that. Late Castle Age, early Imp. I think in post-Imp, maybe it's not the best. But that's the same with a lot of civs, right? But I'm really pleased. Obviously, there's some big issues with the new additions. But I'm really pleased that these new civs are not going to... At least it doesn't seem like, right? We'll have to see still. But it doesn't seem like they're going to have a huge negative effect on Hidden Cup. Which means we can allow every civilization, which is really good. Hidden Cup 3? Whoa, what the... Bro, Masuderman comes in here with the Imp Camels? I thought this guy was dead. He's a 24 pop. He has 5 Vills, and he has 19 Camels. How in the world... Anyways, but we basically had a silent ban? What's the word for that? But we didn't publicize it. But all the players agreed not to play Goths in Hidden Cup 3 because the devs made an awful balance change right before Hidden Cup, and I couldn't get that change. So the communication is a lot better behind the scenes nowadays, and so I'm really happy we're not going to have those issues. I think the key here for Strode is we see some nice split micro from Snoopy-Dooby-Doo over here. Oh, finish that. Finish that. Finish it. Finish it. Hello? There we go. Viper confirmed. Anyways, the key here for Strode is he's taking out castles. And while Snoop can hit and run all day, it's not like there's a king to snipe. So, I mean, Strode is just destroying right now. And Strode's got consistent eco. And he has the wood in the middle. I mean, a lot of people can mine gold right now. But Strode's got everything. Strode, you can't see it, but he has 175 pop. If you add up Snoopy, Ian, Masuderman, and Aramo's pop, you get 150. So he actually has more population than 4 players combined right now. So initially this was going to be King of the Hill, and what would have made this even worse is that the monument was going to be in the center. So there would have been less wood. I think it would have changed how players played the game a little bit, but we didn't have that setting for whatever reason. There is wood over here from a Suderman and gold if he wants to take it. Yeah, we just have a few players with very little remaining right now who are trying to hold on for as long as possible. Strode has 23 on gold with 5k gold, I think. But, you know, even though elephants are expensive, he's had a lot of control over these golds. He's got... Can you say 50% of the map? Maybe not 50%, 40% of the map. But it's tiny, so you're in control of so many more golds. Green is still alive. Green is still alive. Hey, and Green made it to Castle Age. No! Green was trying to drop a castle here. It got denied by Costeliers and a Flemish militia. Snoopy has 0 vills. Snoopy's just gonna micro these Kipcheks all day. Because the elephants can't catch. Yeah, they're too slow. Okay, so what, we have 4 people left? we have more than that. We have 5 people left. Everyone's fighting for top 3 finish right now. This honestly reminds me of the Battle Royale tournament I played in. Because near the end, a lot of people were near death, and you just had to try and get good placement. Well, Strode shouldn't have to take any risks here. It's not like there's a king. It's not like there's a monument. Split! Okay, Snoopy. Snoopy showing the viewers what he's all about here. Still with 35 kip checks. I'm just going to watch Snoopy's micro if that's cool with you guys. I actually want an update on Green. No, Green's going to lose the castle. Aw. I was hoping Green... Oh, and the town center. Is that villager repairing the TC somehow? Do you see that? Or is he repairing the wall? Oh, he's repairing the wall! It must have misclicked it. That's a funny misclick. What are the odds of that, right? Just that random stone wall behind him. Oh, and now he's gonna... Oh, rip. Okay. What a wonderful life. Snoopy still has 35 kip checks. I'll make it 34. I'm waiting for Strode to get a big attack round here. Oh, man. That was a good one. You can tell they're probably talking about it. We can't see what they're saying right now because Microsoft doesn't like me and doesn't think spec chat is important. Someday they might like me, though. I don't know. Maybe I need to suck up to them a bit more. And it keeps running around here. Oh, yeah. You sniped that villager, Snoopy. You sniped that villager. What's Green's situation now? Green, 4 pop, 0 villagers. It says he has military, and I think we're looking at it. Better to die on your feet than to live on your knees, apparently. He's now down to 0 pop, and he's making a knight and a militia. Strode with his own revolution over here. T90, didn't Microsoft just give you $60,000? Yes, they did, but I would give it all back for Spec Chat. I'd cancel Hidden Cup 4 for Spec Chat. 100%. I'm sure all the players would be very happy. Be like, hey guys, sorry, but Microsoft said I had to choose between Hidden Cup and Spec Chat. Community games are more important. No, I wouldn't do that. But I shouldn't have to choose, you know? That's a lot of RAMs. I think Strode went to like downloadram.com or something. I've downloaded RAM before. It's very nice. Highly recommend. That's what we call sarcasm, by the way, to people who don't understand. Well, the good on that topic, by the way, when it comes to Spec Chat, the way Hidden Cup operates is 95% of the games are recorded games. So we actually will be able to see in-game chat, except for the finals. Just as an FYI. Because the players play the games, and then we have to put all the recs together. Otherwise, it'd be pretty easy to guess who was playing. There'd be a lot of waiting time if we had to do it all live. So we actually, in Hidden Cup, we will be able to see any like in-game comments. Well, Snoopy... I mean, everyone's being extremely stubborn right now. Hey, you might only get into 1 community game a year, so gotta keep going. And I'm very surprised to see how well they're doing, too. Masuderman's got 16 farms, still making Imp Camel, still has some gold. Green... Oh, did I miss the fact that Green's dead? Whoops, sorry, Green. Well played, Green. Well played, everyone. It's just a really cutthroat game mode. Man, did it look funny. Choo-choo! Look at this. 25 Rams against 23 Costiliers. How much damage did they do against... Wow. That's really good damage against Rams at the start. Respect to Strode for not going Paladin. I mean, Elephant is definitely... It's got that peak potential to do well, but also there's a risk that it might not work out, and I kind of felt like initially that it wasn't going to work out. I'm telling you, they're fighting for top 3 right now. Everyone feels like Strode's going to win. Snoopy's just killing what he can. Fighting for top 3. Interesting, man. These elephants, very expensive units. It's Costiliers, not as expensive. They also don't Costilier as much. They're also not elite, which bothers me. Because I really wanted to see what elite could do. This is an insane queue from Strode. Why doesn't Strode try literally anything other than elephants to kill off yellow? Well, because he doesn't have to. He's already killing others. Yellow's going to run into his path at some point. Strode doesn't need to be worried about yellow. You know, he doesn't have to prioritize that. He just has to... He can worry about the others right now. And then if yellow shows up, he can use onagers. The onagers work fine. You just have to get good attack rounds in, and... The difference is Strode's worrying about a bunch of things. Yellow's just worrying about his army. So it's very easy to look good with micro too when you're just focusing on the army. So Teal's at 27 pop. You still got some Costiliers, right? Something like that. It says he's got... oh, no, 25... Oh, it's only villagers right now, so... Never mind. Where'd Snooby go? Here's Snooby, and Ian resigns. See, look. Now Snooby's third place. And I think Snooby is going to remain in third place. I don't think it's realistic to ever get second. Not with Miss Shooterman's position. Oh, boy. Is he just giving it up now? I think he's giving it up. See, I told you he wanted third. He just immediately gave up after Teal resigned. He just wanted the bronze medal. Freaking called it. Because he could have ran around for another 20 minutes, but he said, nope, just won third place. Well played, Snoopy. And Masuderman, I still can't believe Masuderman's in this position right now, but he's done a good job at staying out of harm's way. And he's going to fight a little 1v1 now. Probably pains his soul to know what he's up against. And Masuderman. Okay. that was almost really bad. He wasn't paying attention, and the onagers hit his camels. Thankfully, his camels have some high HP there. Third place in the community game, write it on your resume. Wait, is that sarcasm? Type a 1 in chat if you've put have been close to winning a community game or have won a community game on your resume. There's no way that's sarcasm. I would hire you. See, look at that. And this is why you guys all have great jobs. Yeah, perfect. Moffat Walk says, I've won 2. See, you remember. I will put it on my resume right now. Yeah, if you're struggling to find jobs, or, you know, if you're filling out applications for college or whatever, I don't know what your situation is. If you're single and you're ready to mingle, get on Tinder. All you have to say in your description is, have won 2 T90 community games. Guarantee you get a match. That's the T90 guarantee. Talarat says, I've lost, though. Well, too late. You should have done it ahead of time. Clearly, it has nothing to do with our system here. Okay, well, Teal is already dead. He's about to lose his castle. How much military does Strode have? He has 114 military. What an insane game from him. He also has a bunch of idle villagers. I don't know if he knows that there's wood over here. Yeah, I guess he could see that. Maybe get some gold as well. It would be really funny if Masuderman somehow outlasted him because the cost of the elephants and all of Strode's farms are expiring, but I think you would need triple the camels to have a chance against these elephants, and even then. Like right here alone, he's got 55 against 50 camels. I think if it was 150 camels against 55 elephants, they'd be very close. Also, Masuderman's missing the imp armor upgrade, which is pretty bad. Box formation, huh? Is he protecting that tree or what? Okay. That was a misclick for our entertainment right there. Top 8. Someone said in air quotes, top 8 competitor in T90 tournament. So if you die first, you just have to learn how to spin the information your way. You're a top 8 player. There you go. That's it, Lumberjack. Top 8, baby. Let's go. Top 8 in the world out of everyone who played in this game. That is a lot of rams. And as I said, I don't think camels counter these elephants at all. There's still 50 elephants here. This unit is insane. There's a reason that when we were kids, we used to make these units all the time. Jeez. Well, that was an experience. It wasn't the closest game, but it was definitely one of the craziest games we've done. 1 hour and 23 minutes. Actually feels like it was a lot shorter than that. And we ended the game with very little wood remaining. I think maybe 1,000 wood remaining there. Of course, there's a few straggler trees around because no one in my community chops those. So yeah, let's say 1,000, 1,500 wood remaining, but that's it. Strode, I mean, he got castle dropped, right? It wasn't like he wasn't pressured. He had some elephants on him, but he went for the boom approach, and then he made everyone else go boom. That was well played from him. 508 units killed. I feel as though this game goes very differently if Snoopy... Like, okay, there were 3 players in this game who came off as very strong in mid-castle. 2 of them were next to each other, right? It was right around here. You had Snoopy and Masuderman butting heads. So these 2 are butting heads. And then what does Strode do? Whoosh! Full boom, right? So there's a benefit in that. I think if Snoopy would have gone the other way, then he could have threatened Strode. I mean, he did end up threatening Strode at some point, right? But maybe a bit earlier, then Strode doesn't recover as much. That's how it goes sometimes in free-for-alls. But well played. I think that while that wasn't the... it wasn't what you're necessarily used to with standard free-for-alls. It was wacky because of the map. But we did have some other maps in the poll. Maybe we can revisit. So I guess if you do end up seeing this on YouTube, and you have some ideas of maps that would be really funny on Tiny, let me know. Arena we've done before, but that's even more punishing because you have stone walls as opposed to palisade walls. We had Water Nomad on there. There's a lot of fun ideas. People were telling me to do hidden cup maps. I don't know about that one. Okay, you know what I will do, though? I'll load up a hidden cup map and just see what it looks like with the AI, okay? And you know what? We might even include this in the YouTube video. Let's see. All right, we're going to go for a skirmish. Go in here. And, oh, you guys are going to see... Hold on. I don't want you to see all my secret maps, man. We got some secret maps that are coming for Hidden Cup 4, and you're not allowed to see this. Boop, 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 boop. Should we try Bay? Let's try Bay. This is a 2-player map. Whoa, wait a second. Oh, this is ridiculous. Whoa, look at that. What is that? Did you see her twirling? I have never seen that bug before. Hold on. If I restart this, does it do it again? Because it's a bunch of AIs, and it should be same positions. Does it reproduce? What? What is that? I don't understand. She twirled one way. She twirled the other way. We got a ballerina over here. And also, what is this guy doing? What the? There is a very strong but invisible tornado in this area of the map. Please go inside. And what the? This is so funny, man. I've never seen this before. I guess it's because the AIs are attacking each other. Anyways, this is what it looks like. I think this is too much. I mean, you do have a player starting here. You have a player starting here, but then there's random TC drop there. 3 next to the monument would be kind of funny. Anyways, that was cool. We'll do something else next. I just wanted to see what that would look like. It's not the worst. It's not the best either. Those villagers were probably twirling because the TCs were close and they were fighting or something weird like that.